Have you ever been imparted wisdom by your dad? Growing up, my dad would impart lots of wisdom to me. And one of the things of wisdom he imparted to me is how to have a great lawn. He didn't just impart that wisdom on me. He forced that wisdom on me, right? Mowing the lawn 3 days a week, half of it riding lawnmower, half of it push mower because the front yard had to be push mower because the lines were perfect, right? But hey, I can keep a great yard now because of my dad, that wisdom. I remember another time in my life where my dad imparted wisdom on me, and it was when I was trying to wrestle through, should I ask my girlfriend to marry me or not? And eventually she did become my wife, Malia. But I remember just kind of wrestling, like, God, is this who you have for me? Like, I don't know. And I was really struggling. And my dad sat me down and said, look, son, you're making this too difficult. It's really not that hard. There's just 3 questions that you have to be able to answer yes to is, does she love Jesus? Does she love you? And is your life headed towards the same direction, at least the same general vicinity? If you can answer yes to all 3 of them, then go for it. I think that was great wisdom that my dad taught me. And in today's passage, the passage is literally about a father imparting wisdom about wisdom to his son. And we're going to read in Proverbs chapter 4, and we're going to start in verse 5. And this is what this dad is saying to his son. He says, "Get wisdom. Develop good judgment. Don't forget my words or turn away from them. Don't turn your back on wisdom, for she will protect you. Love her, and she will guard you." Getting wisdom is the wisest thing you can do. And whatever else you do, develop good judgment. If you prize wisdom, she will make you great. Embrace her, and she will honor you. She will place a lovely wreath on your head. She will present you with a beautiful crown. You hear this dad, and you can hear him passionately talking to his son. Is like, son, before you leave, there's one thing you got to know. Get wisdom. Follow it. Don't leave it. It will protect you. And he goes on to tell his son what wisdom will do for him. You see, there's this understanding that we need to have wisdom, but we can't confuse or misunderstand what wisdom actually is. See, wisdom is not just education. You can be very educated and not wise, and vice versa. You can be very wise and not educated. Wisdom is not just life experiences. You can go through a lot of life experiences and come out the other side with no wisdom. No, wisdom is not just these things that we kind of think as wisdom. Oh, you're just a good decision maker. No, the Father does say, look, get good judgment, practice good judgment, learn good judgment. But I love what the Father says, get wisdom. The wisest thing you can do is have wisdom. And he goes on in the chapters, he's talking to his son. He says, look, wisdom is this. Wisdom is staying on the straight path. Wisdom is obeying the commandments. Wisdom is not following the way of the wicked, not allowing the world to influence you. The things you know are wrong, that you don't allow them to influence you. You don't allow culture to influence you, but you keep your eyes and your focus and your mind on the things of God. That is wisdom. That will protect you. And I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I really struggle thinking that I have to go after things to get wise. I got to go after education to get wise, or I can't be wise because I don't have enough life experiences. Now, education, life experiences can definitely play into wisdom if we're wise about our wisdom. See, the main thing is we have to keep our eyes on Jesus. In another Proverbs, it says that the fear of God, understanding who God is, how great and powerful and awesome He is the beginning of wisdom. Another passage in Scripture says that if you ask for wisdom, God will give it to you, that we need to simply ask for it. Wisdom is so important in our lives, not to just wing it, not just to flippantly go through our day without really considering the cost of every decision that we make. And so I want to challenge you today, wherever you're at, wherever you're watching this, I'll ask you to pause and just ask God, give me wisdom for today. Every situation that you encounter, don't think you just automatically know the answer. To ask God, give me wisdom, and then follow that wisdom. Don't follow the way of the wicked. Don't allow culture to influence you. When you know what God says, to follow that, and you will find wisdom. Love you guys. Talk to you later.